Hey guys, it's Andres with Camp Canine Training. Today we're going to talk about roughhousing and letting your dogs play. So today was a very interesting day. I've been wanting to do this video for a very long time, but I haven't been able to catch any dog do it or even my dogs do it. So today, after not working Arrows very much, he was very amped up. I let him out of the crate, let him go to the bathroom, and on the way back, they started playing. And I noticed that Eros was a little bit more hyper, more loaded than he usually was. And I set them up just for the fact of this video. So I want to preface this video by kind of saying a couple things. The first one is I never left my dog's rough house inside of the house for this exact same reason. Second of all, I was able to let it go this far because I want to show you guys what can happen and how fast can things go bad, right? So I'm gonna talk a little bit. I'm gonna show you a clip, and we're gonna talk about it. Then I'm gonna show you a clip, then we're gonna talk about it a little bit. So I'm gonna show you in betweens, and I'm gonna show you where I would have stopped it, and where I let it keep going, how far it got, but how quickly I also shut everything down. So my biggest thing when we're talking about when we're talking about letting dogs play and or roughhouse, I want to really make sure that people understand, one, every dog is not going to like every dog. So you guys know, if you guys have been following me, that I'm not a fan of dog parks, right? I hate dog parks. I think it's the worst place to socialize your dog. I think it's the worst place for your dog to learn how to play with other dogs, right? So socializing and playing are two different things. Socializing is having the dog cope around things. Playing is letting them interact with other dogs, letting roughhouse them do other things, right? If we're gonna let our dogs play and start play, we have to make sure that we can end the play. If you can't end the play by either a recall, by a solid down, then you shouldn't let them play, because when things do get too far, which at one point or another they will, because they're just like kids, they're going to push boundaries, they're going to do things. One dog is going to get too angry, one dog is going to nip at another dog harder than they should have, and it's just like kids are in the backseat of a car, they're playing, they're throwing a little bit of slaps, they're throwing a little bit of punches, and then next thing you know, one kid takes it too far, somebody gets punched, somebody starts crying, somebody takes it personal, and then you have a fight, right? So it's exactly the same thing, guys. If you are going to let your dog start doing something, you have to make sure that you can end things, right? If you can't end things, then don't let him start roughhousing. It's too much too soon. Learn your boundaries, learn your obedience, learn state of mind, and then let him play, because things can get very bad very quickly. And you're going to see in these videos when I'm going to start showing you. So the first video that I'm going to show you is these guys just roughhousing around, right? And then again, remember, not every dog is going to want to play with every other dog. So you're going to see all three of my dogs here. The two Belgian Mals, Arrows, Chaos, my female, and then also my husky, right? And you're gonna see the husky just kind of walking around them because it's too much for her. She doesn't want to be involved, so I'm not gonna force her to be in the game or for her to play. If she doesn't want to play, then she doesn't want to play, right? One of my biggest analogies that I use with clients is I can't force my dog to like another dog. I can't force Hillary to like Trump. No matter how much I try, it's not going to happen. Some dogs love to go out and play. Some people love to go out and party. Some people love to go out and just hang out inside and sleep and watch Netflix. Some dogs just want to be couch potatoes. Find what's right for your dog and work around that. Don't push him to be the happy-go-lucky dog if that's not the type of dog that is, because you're going to end up with a lot of problems, right? Wow. Right? And again, this is only for the purpose of this video, and I was able to get this inside, so that's why I was able to do it. But usually every time these guys place, they play outside, and the reason we do that is we want to make sure that we have a black and white picture. Rough housing and playing outside, and then inside, nice, calm, collected, everybody's on climbs, right? So paint that black and white picture. This is really just, again, an exception that I had to make because it's very hard for me to be able to get this on footage. It's been taking me a very long time to be able to find the right time, the timing of getting the shot, right? So making sure you're painting a black and white picture. Always outside, always inside, nice, calm, collected. The next shot that I'm going to show you is these guys start getting a little too rough. So this is where I would have usually stopped the interaction, because you could see Eros gets frustrated, and Eros is the type of personality where if he doesn't get it his way, then he's going to be angry. And he takes it personal, right? So then he starts biting a little bit hard. His growl starts getting a little bit louder. He starts pushing and nudging harder. So that's when we say, hey, bud, that's enough. That's when we have to become the bouncers, right? What I mean by the bouncers is, hey, guys, it's getting a little too rough. We're gonna come and split this up. You guys get to relax, control that loading, lower that arousement level, lower that excitement level. Everybody be nice and calm, and then you guys can start playing again. And the more you do this, the better they're gonna control it. So, and that's one of the issues that I had trying to record this, right? I've been controlling Little Logan so much that it's really hard for me to be able to get him that frustrated, right? So again, this video is gonna show now how Eros starts getting a little bit more agitated, right? And you can hear it in his growl. It changes, right? We'll hear it here. So you can see that the way that they're still playing is the same, right? They're still grabbing each other's neck. They're still coming down and they're rolling over. They're still sometimes on their backs. But Eros, in his tone, you can hear it. It's getting more and more frustrated. He's building frustration on there, right? So that's where I would have been like, okay, you know what? That's enough, right? Eros is getting, his loading is getting a little bit too much. He's getting frustrated. I'm going to put you guys in downs. I'm going to put you guys in climbs. Cool down, and then later on you can play. So this is where I have stopped it. Because of this video, I want to show everybody how quickly things can change, right? So the next one that I'm going to show you is where it really escalates and Eros really just gets out of hand and he tries to go after his sister, right?
Get down!
So just like that, Eros was basically trying to manipulate her and keeping her down. His grip slipped and he got frustrated that he couldn't keep her down. And as she's getting away, he was like, I'm going to follow you because I'm going to do this my way, right? And he chases after her as Chaos is running away from the situation. Chaos obviously doesn't want anything else to do more with Eros. And Eros just wants to have it his way, right? This is pretty much a bully, right? So he keeps pushing forward. And then what you end up having is Chaos almost turning around and correcting him. So I'm not going to go into a fight. I'm going to stop it right before. But notice how quick everything stopped, right? I said get down really loud because I want him to go immediately into down positions because I didn't want any other nonsense. I didn't want it to escalate anymore. But notice how quickly things changed. They went from playing, having fun, rough housing, going and tumbling on the ground, to Eros getting frustrated because he can't put his sister and have her stay in a down. His bite slips, and then Chaos is like, I don't want to play anymore. And then as Chaos is leaving, Eros is like, no, we're going to play and we're going to do it my way. And he runs after her, very frustrated, trying to nip at her, trying to bite her a lot harder, right? So it's not about how rough they play. It's not about the tones and stuff. It's watching their loading go up. Actions change. But that's the biggest thing. If these dogs didn't know it down, and I'm just somebody who wants to let their dogs play and have a lot of fun with no rules and no boundaries, that would have been very, very, very bad. That would have been a trip to the vet office, 100% guaranteed, right? So it's extremely important, and I can't stress this enough, if you're going to let your dog start playing, you have to make sure that you have an end for it. And it has to be an end like this, not my dog knows it down. Does your dog really know it down, or does the elbows touch the ground? Because there's a huge difference, right? Notice how I said down, and then immediately elbows lock to the ground, and they stay there. And their loading automatically comes down, right? So that's why I'm such a huge fan of climbs and downs, because you can stop a lot of these nonsense behaviors, right? So just a quick short video of showing you how bad things can get and how quickly they can get if we don't have the right protocols in place, right? Teach your dogs a climb. Teach your dogs a down. Socialize them properly. Don't let them play with dogs that aren't right for them. Find the right personality for your dog, right? Um, Take your dogs on pack walks and then slowly start introducing them to other well-behaved dogs. You introducing your dog to just a bunch of random dogs is a bad idea. If I have kids, I want my kids to be around well-behaved kids. I don't want them hanging around with the kids that are down the street smoking and painting graffiti, because it's not going to end well. They're going to pick up the same behaviors. So if you want good behaviors out of your dogs, hang around with other well-behaved dogs, right? Hope you guys enjoy the video. Any questions, comment below or let me know.